Hey, Yana. Hey, 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 hey. How are you? You did a good job tonight. Not saying that you usually don't, but you did today. Oh my god. This probably gonna be a little short lived. Well, not short lived, but hey, 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 hey. Just waiting for a little more people to come in here. Thank you. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. So it's only two of you in here. I don't know who else is coming in here, but like I said, I have to build up my community, so I'll just get started. So we're talking about dating today, you guys. Dating, dating, dating. And this is more so like for I would say for our women, specifically with dating. So, first of all, before you even date, you have to make sure that you are mentally, physically, emotionally ready to be in a relationship. Because once you are in a relationship, you have to learn how to. Um... the dating pool has pee in it. Some people like that. This nasty. Um. Well, yeah, the dating pool can definitely be um, hey Patrice, the it definitely could be um, hey Tierra. All right, so I'll backtrack a little bit. So today we are going to talk about dating, right? So because it's all women in here, it's on three of you in here, so I'll go ahead and just talk on just dating. Um, in general, definitely does Yana poo 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 too. All right, so when you're dating, you do have to make sure that you are ready again, physically, mentally, emotionally, before you date somebody, right? Before you go ahead and you step out. Um, that way, you know that you are ready, right? Because I do believe that in order for you to start with the dating process, you do have to be healed and you have to be a whole person. Because if you're not a whole person, you will be a half a person. So you'll be looking for somebody to um define who you are, and you'll start to pull on them because you have voids and gaps that you're trying to fill, opposed to dating someone to add to your life versus them becoming your life. And I do feel like when you date somebody and you are not whole physically, mentally, and emotionally, that relationship becomes your whole life, right? That relationship becomes who you are, right? That relationship that consumes you, which is the reason why a lot of people lose themselves in relationships, because you went into that relationship, or you started dating someone and liking someone, and you were not a whole person, right? So again, to start off dating, you do have to be a whole person. So again, physically, mentally, and emotionally. This means do not date if you are not ready mentally, emotionally, and physically, okay? So once you do feel like you are ready, and you will know when you are ready. I feel like that will be a different video or a different live that we will talk about that. But when you are ready for a relationship, you will know. So the reason why I say that you have to be a whole person physically, mentally, emotionally, because you do have to die to yourself. What does that mean? This means that when you are dating someone else, you have to be selfless. You have to be like serving to someone else, right? You have to be of service. You cannot be self serving. And a lot of times when you get in these relationships with people that are just lonely, they are half a person, they are self serving. This means that they always want to take something from you. You're the person that needs to hold yourself accountable, and you only like it's always going to be a battle with a half a person. And I do feel like once you are ready to have a relationship and date, you will know, because you will start to spot the red flags that you need to avoid while you are dating or when you are ready to date. So, how some people don't know if they are ready to date, um, but you would know. You would know. You would know. Again, that would be a whole nother thing, because that's a whole nother thing to get into. Or maybe we can get into it. What do y'all think? We should get into it. How do you know if you're ready? But all I can say is this: when people tell you, in order to get over somebody, you have to get under somebody else, that is the worst piece of advice somebody could have ever given you or somebody else in their entire freaking life. I kid you not. Like, it is the worst advice ever. Because for the simple fact, you do have to heal before you get into a relationship. You have to heal because it's not fair to the person that you're going to be with, that they have to deal with a lot of baggage and a lot of trauma that you are not willing to deal with, because you think that sleeping with somebody else or being with somebody else is going to make you forget about your past, or make you forget about what the other person did to you, or that bad relationship, or that relationship that just did not work out. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Eventually, those traumas and those things that you've dealt with that you didn't deal with, is going to eventually show up in your new relationship. Some relationships start off healthy and you can reduce each other down to a very toxic relationship. So, what'd you say, Yana? You said definitely. But don't reduce a person down. So again, if you are not ready to date, and you know that you are not, and you are still dealing with a lot of traumas, a lot of childhood traumas, a lot of past relationship traumas, do not get in the dating field. A lot of people think that they're ready to date because they're lonely. You're just lonely. You are not ready to date. That does not mean that you are ready to date because you're yearning and longing for someone. That really honestly just means that you can't sit with yourself. Sit with yourself and really figure it out, what's going on, before you jump into somebody else relationship, or into another relationship, or whatever the case is. Um hey, hey. Do not reduce the other person down. So again, and the reason why I do feel like the relationship, or the dating pool, as you say, Yana, is full of pee, and Patrice like poo poo, is because it's a lot of broken people that are wanting other people to trauma bond with. It is a lot of broken people, that just because they're not happy in their relationships, that they feel like that should be the green light to date somebody else. Just because you're unhappy does not mean that you should go out and date and cheat. Whatever the case is, it's full of pee, it's full of poo. But how you can avoid all of that is that becoming a whole person. This means healing the person, the inner child, or whatever was hurt within yourself. Because once you do heal, you will start to identify who's full of that pee and who's full of that poo. Right? It will start to become easily identifiable. Okay? It will become easily identifiable. And here's how you know. Here's how you know if you're ready or not. Start to look around. Um, you said what? I feel like I've done a lot of work on myself for years, so I'd like to think that I'm ready, but I definitely have work to do on myself still, and healing to do. Right. So, and this is not to say that you have to be 100% whole, right? You're not going to be 100% whole. Um, because there's no way for you to 100% know yourself, because everything takes effect of like your environment, your current state in life, the current whatever's going around you. You're never gonna not you're never gonna know yourself at 100%, which is fine, is cool. But at the same time, you can always gauge, if you are ready. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a lot of commotion going on. I don't know if y'all can hear them, but them kids upstairs, they need a whooping. I'm sorry. Because when I say they run around this house and they stump and bump and thump like it's crazy, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hi, Ashley. But I do feel like I don't even know where I was going with that. You will know when you are ready to love, when you I'm trying to think of words to say. I swear, y'all, that just really blew me out the water. All All right. So anyway, but if you have sat with yourself and you say, "Hey, I've dealt with myself for a long time," what do you consider like working on yourself? What does that look like for you? What does that look like for you? Are you healing yourself by taking it a day at a time, but you're still in that stagnant place? Or are you healed and moved on from that? Which one? Because certain things I do feel like you do have to be healed from. Like, for example, I do feel like if you do have insecurities within yourself, that is something you do have to work on before you can date. The reason being is because there's so many beautiful women, there's so many beautiful men that are walking around. If you do not have that in check with just within yourself, knowing that you are enough, knowing that you are valued within yourself, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard because if you don't value yourself, um, before dating and prior getting, if you don't do it, this is how you end up with people that either have to validate who you are, they have to tell you who you are, or you're gonna end up dealing with things um, that you shouldn't have, that you should have walked away from. You should have walked away from. Because if you don't value yourself and you don't see the value in yourself and you're dealing with confidence issues and you're dealing with loving yourself and the value of yourself, you are going to get in a relationship and deal with a lot of things that you should not. You are not going to know how to walk away from that situation. You're not going to know how to sit in a room full of beautiful women when you don't have the confidence. You could be the most beautiful woman. The crazy thing is that people think because you look good, you have the confidence. I know so many women that are so beautiful that don't have the confidence within themselves. So if you do not have that confidence within yourself, then you shouldn't be dating right now. You shouldn't be dating right now. Because you have to learn how to build yourself up. You have to learn how to value yourself. So that way, when you go into the dating pool and you come across that guy or that woman that means you no good, that has nothing for you, you can say, I'm worth too much. I gotta go. You don't know how to communicate. I gotta go. Oh, you get really angry. Oh, I gotta go. There is no let me fix you because I can't fix myself. No, no, no. I gotta go. I value myself too much. I love myself too much. I'm too pretty to be dealing with somebody to be beating on me. I gotta go. Gots to go. Gots to run. Get my shoes, walk out the door. Gotta go. Gotta go. So that's number one. If you're still dealing with, okay, my bills are paid. If you are still dealing with confidence issues, anything like that, don't date right now. Don't date. Build yourself up, right? And the best way to do this is, and I know it sounds corny, it sounds cliche, it comes, you know what I'm saying? What about the ones who overcompensate? Overcompensate as in like give too much. Is that what you're saying? But a way that you can build yourself up and build confidence. I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds like an old tale to tell, but you really do got to get in front of that mirror. You got to get in front of the mirror. Oh, try to look better than they are. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get on that too. I'm gonna get on that too. I got you, Ashley. But another thing to do when it comes to confidence, and to value yourself more. I don't care if you have a 1,000% confidence. This can help you build it more, right? When I say before you get in the shower, look at yourself and look at everything that you don't like and say, so what? I look good. I like it. You can always change it, but love your current state, right? Love your current state. It always can be better, but love your current state and look at it and be like, okay, so what? So what? My thighs are up together. Okay. I'm big. Okay. I got rolls, okay? I'm too skinny, okay? Somebody like it. You gonna like it. You the somebody. You like it. You love it. It's you. You can't walk around life and be like, oh, well, I got these rolls. Man, you better jelly roll, honey. Okay? And another thing is that get up. Get out of bed. Do something with yourself. Put on your best makeup. Smell good for yourself. Put on your best clothes. When you get up for work in the morning, and if you don't, even if you work remote, I need you to get up and look good. Put on that stuff. Okay? Do your hair real nice. Do your makeup. People, where you going? Where you going? Nowhere. I'm looking good for myself. And this is how you start to build confidence. But this is how you attract a different type of man too. This is how you attract a different man too. You smell different. You look different. You feel good. Right? Because we're not going to, some people don't talk about when you walk around looking crazy, smelling crazy, you attract a different type of man too. We don't want that. A different type of woman. We don't want that. So this is how people end up dating below their standards. And then you wondering why he just cheated with somebody who is not even half the woman as you. That's because he cheated with somebody or she's cheating with somebody that's on her level. You got to come up, rise up. All right. So that was one. That was confidence. So if you lack that, if you have insecurities within yourself, you shouldn't be dating. And I just kind of gave you the recipe on how to build yourself up with that. And those are just the basic things, okay? Smell good, clean up your house, put some candles on, put some music on, dance to your own music, take yourself out to dinner. You have to start building a relationship with yourself, but also put God first. Always have a relationship with God because you can never go wrong with it because He will never steer you wrong, right? He will never steer you wrong from where you need to go. So that's just number one. Number two, somebody said, where did it go, Ashley? Oh, yes, 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 yes. Number two is that if you are desperate, impatient, do not date. I don't care. I don't care. Some people will tell you, get married. Just get married. You can't wait to just get married. Oh, you want a kid? Just get married. Just get married. Man, have patience. Have patience. It'll come when it needs to come, but have patience. If you do not have patience and you are trying to rush something out of desperation or rush something because you are lonely, don't date. Don't do it. Because you will end up in a situation that is going to be very hard to come out of. And sometimes people get into situations just like that and they don't come out of them. So I'll give you the equivalent. Somebody told me this saying. They said, when you first date a person, they put on, can you block Tierra? Oh, wait. Is this her? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it is here. Okay, anyway. But somebody brought this up and they said that dating, um, everybody puts on their best self. Their best self, right? You present, you dress up well, you present yourself, and that may not even be who that person is. So, for example, when you see Disney Channel, I mean not Disney Channel, if you see Disney World or if you see Six Flags, you see them on a commercial, right? Everything look good. You look at McDonald's burgers on the commercials. Oh my God, the burgers look so good. Go to that drive-through line if you want to. I guarantee you it don't look nothing like it. It don't look nothing like it because in actuality, a lot of people dress up all of their problems, all that depression, they dress it up. All of that abuse, they dress it up. all of that trauma and all that pain and all of that brokenness, dress it up. And then next thing you know, because you ignored the flags, because you were so desperate to get in a relationship, you were so rushing and impatient. Now you done missed all the red flags. And now you stuck with somebody on your couch that don't even know how to work. Now you stuck with an abusive relationship because you missed all the flags. Because you were looking at how good this person presented themselves, but you did not look at the inside and you did not do the work that needed to be done in order to see the things that you needed to see. So if you are impatient, that's how you know you're not ready. If you're desperate, that's how you know you're not ready. Because it needs, and you have to take your time. And when you know, he will know. And when he will know, you will know. But take your time getting to know somebody. Take your time getting to know. And here's the thing. Let's go ahead and get spiritual here. You want to take the time out to ask the questions and observe. Some people have familiar spirits in their DNA. Some people have familiar spirits when it comes to their household. Some people have familiar spirits when it comes down to their whole lineage, right? So when you go connect with this person and you see all they have is divorce, divorce, divorce. Everybody in my family have been divorced. Oh. So 9 times out of 10, you will be divorced. Unless y'all would have to go combat that, you know what I'm saying? Go into a prayer warfare or whatever y'all gonna do. Not saying that it won't work, but what I'm saying is you have to know what you're being attached to. You have to know what you're being attached to. Some people, you get into relationships with them, and next thing you know, they have all of like these family members that have been deceased. You have to look at that. Because you're potentially going to have kids with this person. You're potentially going to marry this person. You have to take your time because you have to consider all of the facts. A lot of people have kids that have mental disabilities because you didn't even realize that the person that you were with had a mental disability. That go crazy. They don't have it all up here. And now your kid don't. That matters. It matters. It matters what type of diseases or what type of cancers run into the families. It matters. So if you are not patient, you can end up with someone who you can't get out of it with. And you may end up passing it down to your children. It means more than you. It's bigger than you. When you get with somebody, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. Okay? So again, if you are impatient, if you are desperate, you should not be dating. You should not be dating. And you have to ask yourself, why am I so impatient? What is making me yearn for somebody else? So much so that I am willing to give it all and risk it all to be with someone who probably can't even fulfill you anyway. Oh, I don't know either. So you shouldn't be dating you shouldn't be dating if that's the case. Okay. What's another one that you shouldn't be dating or you should do when you dating? Trying to think, trying to get my thoughts. Be calm, be calm. I know I just hit myself. I know, I know, I know. Oh yeah, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. And I think that kind of ties into valuing yourself. If you don't value yourself, that means that you're going to fall for anything. What I mean is that yeah, everybody has some type of boundaries, but when you don't love yourself, those boundaries could get kicked down the road You can say to yourself all you want to, yeah, I'm not going to get a man or a woman that does X, Y, and Z. Next thing you know, if they find enough, if they give you a little bit of snippet of what you want, you will kick that can down the road. You have to be able to be whole enough to say, I set my boundaries before I got into this relationship, and these are my boundaries. If you can't respect that, you are not for me. I don't care how good the sex was. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how much I like you. I don't care how much I love you. You have to go if you are crossing my boundaries. And that goes with anybody. Family too. But if you do not have enough self-worth, you do not have enough self-value within yourself, you will end up in a situation where nobody's going to take you serious. You're not even going to take you serious. What you say is going to be a joke. And then you end up feeling empty, lost, and disrespected. Because I'm going to tell you what, if somebody did the worst to you, for example, physically abuse you, mentally abuse you, and verbally abusive. Some people don't take this like heavy enough. But verbal abuse is it can be just as bad as physical. Emotional abuse can be just as bad as physical, if not more. Because once you let them cross the boundary, it's hard to come back from that. If you say, do not call me out of my name or do not cheat, if they do that and you accepted them back and those were your boundaries, it's hard to keep your word or keep what you said if you allow them to step over and cross your boundaries. It's hard to go back. It's hard to tell somebody to stop disrespecting you that you already allowed disrespect you for years now. It's hard to go to therapy and say, hey, stop disrespecting me when that was your boundary in the first place. It's hard. You already let him do it. You already let her do it. It's hard to come back from that. So once you set your boundaries and let that be that. Because I'm going to tell you, there is a man out there for you. There is a woman out there for you that will respect your boundaries. That will respect your boundaries. That you will be able to communicate with. Oh, and that's another thing. If you don't know how to communicate, you should not be dating. You should not be dating. This means that if you are the type of person when you go through something, you shut down and you don't want to talk to nobody and you don't know how to talk to anybody because you don't know how to express yourself, you should not be dating. You shouldn't be dating. Because who wants to guess what's wrong with you? And that ties into your boundaries too. Because even if you are in a relationship and you don't know how to open up your mouth and say, can you please stop? I don't like that. You just let them cross over your boundaries. So not only do you not know how to communicate, but now you're getting ran over and not setting your boundaries. But then you can't hold that person accountable because you didn't say anything. It's not fair if you hold somebody accountable, if you do not open your mouth and say anything. It doesn't matter if you feel like they should know. It doesn't matter. You have to open up your mouth and say something. A lot of people resent so many people because they thought that they should know, when in reality, they didn't. Just because you set those standards and you have those standards and think that everybody should be just like you doesn't make it a reality. If you do not know how to communicate and communicate effectively, you should not be dating. And when you do communicate as well, sometimes you have to be willing to shift your communication. You may think that you have the clearest communication, but if we communicate in two different styles, I may not get what you're saying. I may not understand what you're saying. It may not even make sense to me. Because if I am a different type of communicator than you need to be able to understand that. So when you get into a relationship or like dating in the dating field and you're like, oh, this person should know. This person, I effectively communicated to. Okay, but does that mean that that person communicates the same style that you do? If you are not willing to learn the person or the people that you're going to date, you should not be dating. Because again, it goes back to dying to yourself, right? Because at that point, you will be self fulfilling. Avoid language that creates defensiveness. Yes, exactly. You want to be soft when you come and you say things. And also this is something that and this is for the women. Remain in your feminine energy. What I mean by that is you don't have to walk around bitter. You don't have to walk around pissed, angry, pissed off because this person don't understand, this person don't get it. See if it's you. It may be you that's thinking that he understands and he may not. So now you are communicating out of defensiveness and you are making him defensive because you are the one that's thinking that you're communicating clear when that may not be his language, homegirl. And I'm not putting the blame, I'm just saying this is just a different scenario. Remain in your feminine energy. Avoid blame. Avoid, because essentially when you are in a relationship, you are with that person. It is you and that person against the problem, not you against that person and then the problem, right? It should be y'all are a unit and you should move as that. Hey, babe, it's been something that's bothering me. And when you, again, this goes back to communication. When something is wrong, say it in that moment. There's a time and a place, so you may not be able to bring it up right then and there, but shoot a text. Hey, babe, I kind of feel away. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about it a little bit after. Pull him to the side. Pull her to the side. Hey, I don't like that. Can we talk about it later? You have to say something right then and there. But there's different ways that you can go about it because, again, there's a time and a place. Time and a place. Time and a place. Time and a place. And your baby girls or your baby boys' graduation is not the time and place to have a conversation. Y'all can have that conversation after. And you shouldn't be walking around, stumping around with an attitude. Keep your feminine energy. Keep it. Because once you allow somebody to get you outside of your character, then they have the power over you. That situation has the power over you. That attitude has the power over you. Because again, it wouldn't be just you against the person that you're with. It should be both of y'all against that. So, okay, so we're going to attack this attitude that I got. Okay, cool. Let's do that together. And leave them the room to do the work. Leave them the room to do the work once you say something. Because just because you suggest how they should do something or should act upon something, give them the room to show you how they would like to solve it. Unless they ask you specifically how they're supposed to do it. But, trying to think. So we went over impatience, desperation. We went over communication. We went over insecurities and valuing yourself. Um, I think that's all that we went over. And you have to remember that it's two people in a relationship and their thought process. It may not be the same as yours. Their time frame of opening up on the same. Yep, give grace. Oh, that's so big. Oh my God. Thank you for saying that. Give grace. Give grace. But again, don't compromise on your boundaries. But give grace where grace is due. Give it. Don't hold on to the grudges. Let it go. Let it go. Because, for example, give grace if somebody, I don't know, may lose their job, you're dating them, give grace. If something is not beyond your, so for example, some people have, okay, you could cheat one time and then after that one time I'm gone, right? If that's your grace level, then let it be that. But give grace wherever you would want to have grace at in your heart, then do that. I'm gonna tell you an example. With me, I am not a person that struggles with cheating. Cheating is not my struggle in life, right? I can be as faithful as they come, okay, and not and look at fine people walking around all day. May say, "Oh, he look good" or something like that, but I've never been a cheater. Whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, that's not my portion in life, right? For example, if you don't like chocolate ice cream, can't nobody make you like chocolate ice cream. Cheating is not my portion in life. This is not my struggle. So for me, my boundary is if you cheat, I gotta go. Because it's something that I don't deal with within myself. I don't need grace for it because I don't deal with it. I don't deal with it. So I will not give grace when it comes to that. So my point is that I know though that I can say things that I may not mean. So I will want somebody to give me grace with that. So therefore I will extend that to my partner. So whatever is outside of your boundaries that you know that you will need grace on, and it doesn't make you a hypocrite, give grace with it. Because then some of y'all are cheaters too. So if you are a cheater and you say I slip up from time to time, you need to give grace to your partner with that. Because you're going to need that grace. It's just simple math. You can't hold somebody to a standard that you're not going to hold yourself to. I cannot sit over here and not give you grace on being a cheater if I'm a cheater. So with me, I don't give grace with cheating because I'm not a cheater. I never had a problem with that. Now, my mouth, totally different. Still working on that. God is working on me with that. Totally different. So I would have to give grace where grace is due when it comes to stuff that I say. Okay? So you like to cut somebody out and be disrespectful? You got to give grace to that other person too. Right? So you have to make sure that you are not wanting and expecting something from the other person that you cannot deliver at all or halfway deliver. That's equivalent again to being a cheater and you're expecting somebody to be faithful to you. Stop expecting things that you cannot give to. Or I would say hold yourself to a standard of, right? If you say, I don't like to be disrespected, but you got a disrespectful mouth, that's not fair. You shouldn't be in a relationship then. Because at that point, what you're doing is having narcissistic behavior. One. Two, you're not holding yourself accountable and you're being a hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite. So just because you aren't a narcissistic person doesn't mean that you do not have narcissistic tendencies. So if that sounds like you, if you like to have all of these high standards and you lack each and every one of them, or 9 out of 10 of them, you are a narcissist or you have the tendencies of one. Don't hold me to a standard, and don't make morals in our relationships, because every relationships have different morals and they have different standards, and y'all create that within yourselves, which is the reason why I'm saying stay strong on your boundaries. Because you can see some couples cussing out each other like craziness, and they still love each other. That's their boundaries. That's their morals. That's their relationship. That works for them. So what? It don't work. It don't work for me. Cuss me out if you want to. We're going to war. We're going to war. But if you are setting the boundaries, the morals, and the standards, just make sure you follow them as well. Just make sure. And learn how to walk away from things. And again, that goes back to value. Even if I love you so much, we've been through something, I have kids by you. If something is not working, as in, and I'm not saying if you're unhappy, leave. I feel like everybody's gonna be unhappy at some point in their relationship. Now, how long you gonna be unhappy, it doesn't give you the right to cheat. It doesn't give you the right to really be out of your relationship, to be honest with you. Just because you're unhappy. To be honest with you, happiness is supposed to come from within, to be fair. That's not up to your partner to make you happy. It's not. I believe that that's just something that society has told us that our partners are supposed to do, is make us happy. They're supposed to be an addition to our happiness. They are not supposed to be our happiness. This is how you can still sustain yourself. If you get into an argument with your significant other, you still have happiness within your side of yourself. So you're not pissing in everybody else's cereal. You can compartmentalize and say, okay, you know what, we got into this argument, but you know what, I'm gonna still have a happy day. I'm gonna still be a happy person. I'm gonna still be a loving person. I'm gonna still love my husband. I'm gonna still love my wife. I'm gonna still love my girlfriend. I'm gonna still love my boyfriend. And I'm gonna still serve you. And you're still gonna serve me, even if we're at odds. But some people don't know how to do that. Because it seems like when people get unhappy, they just feel like it's a free for all. A free for all to do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. And that's not right. Please forgive me because I don't know where I was going with that before. But everything happens for a reason, so that was meant to be said. But yes, learn to let someone go. If it is something like an abusive relationship and you have kids, even if you don't have kids, learn how to walk away and value yourself more, right? The reason being is because those type of things are not something you want to play with, because some people don't make it out. And it's happening more and more and more and more, where some people do not make it out. So these are the type of situations where I'm like, yeah, walk away, value yourself more, right? In a DV situation, or a situation where you're being mentally abused, right? Um, if it's something where you're being consistently cheated on and you're not cheating back, let me just say that, and you're not cheating back. If y'all having a tit for tat for cheating, y'all made for each other. Just stay with each other at that point, because y'all might as well have an open relationship. But value yourself more, to know when it is time to walk away, when something is no longer serving your purpose in life. I'm not even going to say serving you, because that's selfish, But if it's something that's no longer serving your purpose, as in what you're supposed to be doing in your life and what you're supposed to be doing with your partner, don't even do it. Also, if you are not knowing what you want, you shouldn't be dating either. Because some people get into all of these dating realms and they don't want nothing with nobody. But because you're so lonely or so vulnerable that you drag on or string along this person that wants to be in a relationship. And it could be vice versa. If you are the person that's being strung along, or the person that doesn't know how to walk away from it, you should not be dating. And and honestly, you staying is not going to make somebody want to commit to you either. You staying is not going to make somebody commit to you. They can say all that stuff if they want to, but if you know what you want out of life and you say, hey, I want a husband, why are you playing around? Get somebody that wants a wife and that wants you as a wife. There's a difference. There's a difference. I want to be married right now, but if I'm talking to somebody, then that means that I can see myself marrying you. There's total difference. Some people keep you around for you to be a seat filler, to keep the seat warm for somebody. This means that they actively have you around, playing along, stringing you along, and you know it, just so they can find the one that's for them. So they ain't got to be that lonely. They don't have to be that desperate. They got you to fall back on. Oh, good night, cool kid. They have you to fall back on. So don't be the person that keeps the seat warm while you're dating. Get out of there if it's not serving your purpose. So you know you want to be married and that person is playing. Get out of there. Get out of there. If you are dating and that person only want to call you for one thing or call you late at night, whatever the case is, get out of there. You're not dumb. You know what it's about. You know what they can talk a good game all they want to. You know what it is. You know what it is. I got a good one. Keep other people out of your business, everyone. You know what? I think I want to do a separate one on that one. Oh my gosh. When I say that is so important, let me just say this. When you are in a relationship or when you are dating, the business should be between you and the partner. If you need any advice, if you need any direction, you guys should pick two people that will be non biased or unbiased to both of y'all. Okay? Unbiased to both of y'all that you guys can talk to. And check this out. The reason why I say both of you will have to pick at least two people together is because just because somebody has somebody to talk to as far as confiding in their relationship does not mean that they actually are rooting for you guys to be together. Some people are going to people who are biased. You're telling your business of what happened between you and your significant other, the person that you're dating, and they're biased people to a point where they're giving you advice to not work it out, but the total opposite. They're giving them bad advice that will actually help demise your relationship or the demise of your relationship rather than helping building it up. Rather than telling that person, hey, you got to take accountability. That was wrong for you to do that. Hey. Why you say that to her for? Why you say that to him? Why would you say that? Were the kids right there? Y'all shouldn't be arguing for. You need to make sure that you guys identify together to unbiased people. Because once you start to put people in your business, A, it can go, they don't want you guys to succeed, depending on who it is. That could be problem number one. Problem number two is that they look at you sideways now, right? Or your person sideways. And so now the respect is gone. So for example, if I was to pick um my mother, right? Not saying that she's like this, but just using as an example. If I was to pick my mom, right? We didn't agree. I just went to my mom and I told my mom all about my significant other. He cheated on me and he made me feel X, Y, and Z. You don't think that the mama is going to feel for her daughter and say, he hurt my baby? So now the respect that she has for him as a man is going to be out the door. So you decided to stay with him and forgive him, but now your mama can't, and she done told your auntie, your uncle, whomever else. Now what? Now what? So not only does he have to combat with you and help heal you, now he got people working against him now. Because they don't think that he's for you anymore. They think that all he do was hurt you. All he do is this and all he do is that. And it could be vice versa. This is the reason why you have to identify your people. Just because, just because they are your family or your close friends doesn't mean that they are for your relationship. If you want to keep your relationship, if you love your relationship, if you want your relationship to succeed, you need to have people. You need to identify two people, at least minimum, that will hold both of y'all to that and help to keep building y'all together. Not somebody who is emotionally unstable, like your parent. Because at the end of the day, you their kid. You could do wrong. You could cheat 1,000 times. That's still gonna be my mama. You have to learn how to. We're good. You are a united front, right? Somebody asks you, "Oh, how's it going?" We good. Y'all may have had the terrible time. Both of y'all done did some things, said some things, whatever the case is. Y'all are on the worst terms. Anybody outside of the people that you guys identify with, that are for you guys, that you guys confide in and need go to relationship advice for, we good. And stay off of social media. Shoot. Y'all be getting me with that. You just want somebody to just swoop up in your dog. Because here's the thing, you don't even have to go and confide in somebody that's outside of the people that you identify with that will make it hard for your relationship to succeed. It could be social media. It could be social media. You just inviting that person to come in your DMs when you sit over here. I'm single. I'm single. Girl, shut up. Boy, shut up. If you know you're going to be back with the person, why are you playing games? Why are you playing games? You opening the door for somebody else to walk in. And I'm talking about all type of old exes, family members, even grandmas be on Facebook now, honey. You open the door. I don't care how mad you are. Stay your butt off of social media when you get into it with your significant other. They don't need to know your business. They don't need to know your business. That's between you and your significant other or the person that you are dating. That's it. That's it. And again, if you are the type of person that likes to take breaks between your relationships, don't do anything that you know is going to hurt the other person when y'all get back together. If you know you're going to get back together, if y'all been together for 15 years on and off, you know you're going to get back together with that person. So why are you sitting over here dealing and doing everything that's walking if you already know it's going to hurt the person that you're going to get back with, causing more damage in your relationship? If y'all going to keep taking breaks, do it as, you know what, let's just take a break. We're just going to take some time away from each other, but y'all are still together. Do it wisely. Because if that's the point, don't be together. Because y'all going to end up worse than what y'all were when y'all broke up. So there's no point. There's no point. If you are not willing to work on yourself during the break, because that's what essentially breaks are supposed to be. You working on yourself during those breaks. It's not your time to be on a wild spree to do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. That's not what a break is. You know, when you break something, right? Essentially, y'all are saying we're going to come back together and mend it. So if you do something that's going to break y'all even more, it's harder to come back together. And y'all end up being weaker, getting back together because you did things that you know will hurt that person or cause damage or trauma to the person that you're going to be with still. And now you probably done added bodies. Now you got this girl over here, this boy over here hurt, and this person you dragging along, and this person that you want to sit over here and be with, but you can't keep her. It's a lot. People do a lot of stupid stuff. It don't fix anything. Yeah. It just makes it worse. So if y'all are going to keep on having breaks, y'all need to have conversations of saying, what does this break look like? Because if we are breaking up, let us break up. And that's another thing. I believe that when you keep saying that you're going to break up with somebody, it does water down the meaning of something. And I had to learn that too, because I was the person that would get up so emotional, get so emotionally hot. I'm done. I don't want this relationship no more. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. To the point where when I was done, I wasn't taken seriously. Want to know why? Because I kept saying something over and over that I didn't stand on. So now that I am dealing with someone or dating, now I don't even say I'm done to that person. I give them chances, and then when I say I'm done for real this time. And when I say it once, I mean it. And that's exactly how you want it to be. So if you tell me and we're in a relationship and I tell you that I'm done, I mean it. So if you are in a relationship where y'all going back and forth, being together, breaking up, being together, if you ask this last time, are we breaking up or are we still together? Because to be honest with you, a break is still together. You're just giving it okay to do whatever they want to do. It's stupid. If you really, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. I need help. But it's stupid. It really is. It's really stupid when you think about it. If you know that you do not want to be done with that person, a break should not be had. If a break is needed, you need to walk away fully. Because I do feel like it gives the value of yourself to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to lose this person. Because I know if that person walks away, they mean it. They mean it. But when you do breaks, what you do is water down your value, water down your integrity, and say, okay, here you go. You can have whatever you want, whatever on a silver platter. You can have how many females, how many males, how many whatever you want. You can go ahead and do it while still having my heart. Ooh, that's good. Have whatever you want. We can take a break, but you still have my heart. Here you go. Here's my heart. Here you go. Go ahead and damages as much as you want. I'll be back. That's what you're saying. No, honey. If I leave, I'm taking my heart with me. You're not about to hurt me. Gotta go. So if you want to fix this, we're going to fix this and we're going to fix it together. No matter what that looks like. And if you cannot fix it with me, I got to take my heart with me. I got to go. And when I'm done, I'm done. I'm done. So that's exactly what you have to do. Take your heart with you. Stand on principles. Stand on values. Stand on your morals. Either we're going to do this together or we not. Either we're going to stay together or we're not. Don't ever tell me that you do not want to be with me and expect for me to stick around. Oh, baby, you're going to be on block. The block list getting real hot and lengthy. You will be added. I don't care how much I love you. I don't care how much good the sex is. I don't care how beautiful you are. I don't care how handsome you are. You say you don't want me. You want a break? I'll give you that. Bye. Because see this heart right here that you want, it won't be with you. Which is the reason why when you're dating, you have to be very cautious of the guys that you're with because they may be in a relationship with you, but their heart may be somewhere else. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous game. Because a woman walked away and he allowed her to have that heart, and now he living with you, being with you, will never love you fully because that person still got his heart. That person still got her heart. Look out. Love yourself more. And when you leave, take your heart with you. Take your heart with you. I've been enjoying listening to you, Sabrina. I saw to both your TikTok and on YouTube. You have a wonderful night. Thank you for reading my comments. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you. Thank you. But you better take your heart back. So I don't know who hurt you. I don't know what past relationship that you had. I don't know. Even if it's a family member, it don't even have to be a person that you were romantically with. Take your heart back. Get it back. Heal yourself. And to be honest with you, it's all a decision. It's all a decision to say, I would not allow this person to have my heart anymore. I will not allow this situation that has happened to me with this past former whoever or with my family members, with my friends. I take my heart back. Take it back. And when you do, you will start to see yourself gaining that power again. You will start to see. Take it back. Take your heart back. So that way you can move on and know how to love yourself, but also be able to love someone else. That was my TED Talk for today, you guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed talking to you guys. I'm gonna try to come on an hour each time. But if you guys want me to talk about way more, or even want to write me about situations that you want me to talk on or give you advice on, all you have to do is just go to my YouTube page and email that email. I think it's a Gmail. It's like iam.beautyxxo or something like that. Just email the Gmail and you can definitely give me and describe your situation. I will keep your name anonymous unless you want me to say your name. But I can definitely give you advice and talk to you about it. I definitely enjoyed tonight's conversation. It was a lot better. I know I'm starting to get used to. I need a little spice in my life. I'm starting to get trying to get used to YouTube lives. It's totally different from TikTok lives. TikTok, you can do all of this stuff and see all of these things, but YouTube is just me. So I'll be trying to catch my thoughts. So again, you guys bear with me as I build a community over here. I really do. I'll be all over the place. I'll be like, oh yeah, that too. Oh yeah, that too. So um bear with me, you guys, but I do appreciate each and every one of you that has tapped into this live and has subbed. I thank y'all so much. I really do. I really do. I'll try to make highlights of this video too, so that we can have some good snippets of it. I wish, honestly, God grant me two assistants. All I need is two assistants, and I'll be good. But anyway, I love you guys so much. I thank each and every one of y'all. This is Sabrina over and out. If you want me to talk about any specific topics, more than more than um relationships or anything like that, or you have a specific something that you want me to talk about your relationship, definitely let me know. All right, so I love you guys and thank you so much for supporting me, you guys. I promise y'all, I do not take it for granted. I love you guys. Okay, I'll write you. Um, maybe me, you, and Sierra can sit down and we can talk about something. Because when I say I need help, I need help, especially with the vision that I have. Just going forward, I have so many lives that I'm doing, then job and kids, and it's a lot. Um, it can be a lot. So, all right. So I love y'all so much. I thank y'all. And I hope y'all liked it. All right, you guys. Sabrina over now. Love y'all.